The future of the Star Wars franchise seems to be very expansive by Disney and Lucasfilm, as they are currently focused on the Rise of Skywalker, a handful of live-action TV series, as well as the new Star Wars trilogy by David Benioff and D.B. Weiss throughout the 2020s. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, what's really exciting about Episode 9, of course, is that we do know that this is Disney and Lucasfilm's current priority, and once that is all done and over with, they will be moving on to the new live-action TV series, such as The Mandalorian, the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV series, and the Cassian Andor TV series, and on top of all of that, the new Star Wars trilogy. Now, what's really exciting about the future of the Star Wars franchise is that these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about the future and where things are going to go by Disney and Lucasfilm. And what's really intriguing is that it's described that Disney and Lucasfilm are making many changes to the future of the Star Wars franchise after the Rise of Skywalker and what their content will look like in the future. It's described that Disney and Lucasfilm are prepping to bringing back standalone films, either for theater releases or for eventually dropping these movies on Disney Plus for their streaming service throughout the 2020s. It's explained that they are in talks of developing a film that would center on the character of Darth Maul and Kira from Solo: A Star Wars Story, and that this film would serve as a Solo sequel. It said that originally Disney had a plan for a Solo sequel that was ultimately cancelled after Solo's box office results. However, it said that this would be a villain-oriented film that would mainly feature Maul, Kira, and Crimson Dawn, which is a known crime syndicate in the Star Wars universe. It said, however, that Disney and Lucasfilm are also in negotiations on if they should make this into their fourth live-action TV series for 2022, after the Kenobi series, to have two TV series associated with the light and the dark. It said, however, that they will unveil the plans of this future film that may or may not end up being a TV series eventually at Star Wars Celebration in August of 2020. So let's go over a couple of parts about this. Now, yesterday was a big day for Star Wars as a whole over at D23 because, well, we learned about a handful of their plans for the future of the franchise. We do know that The Mandalorian Season 2 is happening. It's going to be filmed this October. We got the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV series coming our way in 2021, and everything is looking bright with that since the scripts are all done and finished, and that they will begin filming just next year. So, on top of all of this, the fact that they are trying to bring back actual solo films, and standalone films, I should say, the fact that they're trying to bring that back is a good thing, because I think that they realize now that it's a big mistake to just disregard solo stories. You know, when we look at their previous plans, they already had over 10 years worth of Star Wars films before the Solo: A Star Wars Story box office results, which ultimately led them to the decision to cancel over 10 years worth of movies right then and there like the drop of a hat. It really was a big deal. So from now, what it seems, they're trying to pick up the scraps of what they originally planned to do for a Solo: A Star Wars Story sequel, and are kind of using that in order to make it a villain-oriented film that may or may not make its way to theaters, or it may actually go over to the Disney streaming service, also known as Disney Plus, and that they are also in negotiations on whether or not this movie plan should be made into a live-action TV series. Now, here's my 2 cents. I think that a Darth Maul and Kira-oriented Star Wars movie is fantastic. How it would focus on Crimson Dawn, the crime syndicate that we only got a little tease of, by the way, in Solo: A Star Wars Story with Dryden Voss. So, that's a great opportunity. Whether or not it would take place, you know, well after the events of Solo: A Star Wars Story or just after is a big question open on the table for discussion. One thing that we do know about, of course, the future of the franchise is that Disney and Lucasfilm are really trying to bring back elements of the franchise that contain familiar characters that would be used as a supplement alongside with the 2 new Star Wars trilogies by the Game of Thrones guys and Rian Johnson so far. So, with that being said, we do know that they are trying to do something incredible for the future of this franchise. They're really trying to do amazing things with this, franchise. And honestly, I think that if they do decide to transfer this film into a live-action TV series, that too could also work. It could also make a lot of sense because, like I've always said before in the past, with TV series, you have more opportunities to have a lot of great character development for those characters and for the audience to really kind of just connect with them on a deeper level. That's the one great thing about TV shows, is that, you know, each episode is usually an hour, 40-something minutes at minimum, and with each and every episode, you have all this character development. So, with that being said, you know, you can really see now that Disney and Lucasfilm, I think that they do realize that they may have taken a wrong turn, and now they're trying to course correct. They're really trying to go on the right path here, and they're trying to make the fans extremely happy, where, universally speaking, you know, everyone's just gonna love what's coming out, and for the most part will enjoy what's gonna be shown on the big screen and on the small screen. So anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.